The women's bout between South Korea's Song Hyo-Kyoung and Japan's Emi Tomimatsu took place under a high level of anticipation. Although the official statistics suggested a 7 cm height advantage for Song, the difference appeared negligible when the two fighters stood face-to-face inside the cage. Both athletes were well prepared and calm, exuding focus as they awaited the referee's signal. Song, coming off a recent win via ground and pound, carried a reputation for having strong striking, particularly from her left hand, while Tomimatsu was known for her resilience and grappling-heavy approach. From the opening seconds of round 1, the intensity was palpable. Song began assertively, pushing forward behind her jab and left straight, immediately testing her range and rhythm. Tomimatsu absorbed the early pressure and began circling, looking for opportunities to clinch and neutralize Song's striking advantage. As Song delivered combinations with sharp accuracy, Tomimatsu responded by attempting her first takedown. Although Song briefly resisted, Tomimatsu managed to bring the fight to the canvas, landing in a favorable position. From the ground, Tomimatsu pressed forward, looking to secure top control, but Song used wrist control and her legs to limit any significant offense. Song attempted to elevate her hips and escape from the bottom, even landing several upkicks and short strikes when she created space. Tomimatsu, undeterred, maintained constant pressure, shifting her weight and attempting to pass Song's guard. Throughout this sequence, Song showcased improved defensive grappling, managing to stay calm under pressure and even working her way back up along the cage at one point. Back on the feet, Song resumed her striking offense, landing a crisp left-right combo that briefly halted Tomimatsu's forward movement. She followed up with knees to the body and continued to score whenever there was separation. However, Tomimatsu's game plan remained clear: initiate clinches, drag the fight back to the mat, and avoid extended striking exchanges. She succeeded again with a trip takedown near the cage, pinning Song and preventing her from utilizing her striking power. As the first round progressed, both fighters engaged in a gritty positional battle. Tomimatsu worked for head control and shoulder pressure, while Song focused on creating angles, framing off the cage, and preventing mount transitions. Several times, Song used her lower body to pivot out of danger and return to seated position, even attempting sweeps, but Tomimatsu maintained top position with discipline. Near the end of the round, Song landed another upkick, and the fighters briefly reset. The final seconds of the round saw both women breathing heavily, but neither giving ground. Round 2 began with a similar dynamic. Song launched a fast knee to the body, attempting to set the tone early, while Tomimatsu once again closed distance, tying her up in the clinch. Song continued landing strikes in transition, punches, knees, and even short elbows, but Tomimatsu's grip control and positional awareness allowed her to avoid major damage. A scramble near the cage ensued, and Song nearly broke free, but Tomimatsu transitioned to a body lock and forced her down once again. On the ground, Song found herself in a tough spot, flattened out and controlled. Tomimatsu looked to isolate an arm while maintaining pressure on the hips, but Song defended intelligently. She used cage leverage to shift her weight and attempted to explode out. Though she briefly stood up, Tomimatsu stayed glued to her, dragging her back down with relentless chain wrestling. It was clear Tomimatsu had no interest in standing exchanges, and her grappling tenacity was beginning to show results in both control time and scoring. At the 3-minute mark of round 2, Song attempted to turn the tide with wrist control and strong posture, breaking one of Tomimatsu's grips and standing up explosively. She landed a sharp combination as she backed Tomimatsu into the fence. For a moment, it looked as if Song would regain momentum, but Tomimatsu circled off and re-engaged. Another clinch was established, and the pattern repeated: strike, clinch, takedown, pressure. As the final 2 minutes approached, fatigue became more visible. Song's breathing quickened, and Tomimatsu's movements became more methodical. Yet, both fighters continued to push forward. Song began targeting the body more, landing knees during clinch breaks. Tomimatsu responded with another takedown, this time landing in half guard. From there, she looked to advance, using shoulder pressure and grip breaks to flatten Song out. Song attempted to trap a leg and shift her hips, but Tomimatsu adjusted her base and stayed heavy. The last minute of the fight was a test of heart. Song tried multiple escapes, even grabbing an underhook and attempting to reverse the position, but Tomimatsu anticipated the movement and re-established control. With less than 30 seconds remaining, Song finally created space, scrambled to her feet, and attempted one final offensive flurry. She landed a few strikes, but time ran out before she could fully capitalize. At the final bell, both athletes stood exhausted but proud. The crowd showed appreciation for their grit and skill. As they awaited the judge's decision, the outcome remained uncertain. Song had clear moments in the striking exchanges and landed the more visible damage. Tomimatsu, on the other hand, controlled large portions of the fight on the ground and dictated the pace with her grappling. Ultimately, the bout went to the judges' scorecards. After a moment of suspense, the official announcement was made, a split decision victory, 2-1, in favor of Japan's Emi Tomimatsu. It was a hard-fought battle from start to finish. While Song's striking showcased her stand-up superiority, Tomimatsu's persistence, control, and effective grappling earned her the win in what was a closely contested and tactical encounter.